Hey guys, it's been quite a while that we tied a proper pike streamer, and now the pike season or the predator season is just outside the door, and I sold my whole fly box, so I made some space for new streamers, new ideas, just new patterns, and I really have to fill my fly box for an upcoming trip to Rügen, so we'll definitely have to tie a few pike streamers the next weeks, and I just thought that I'll just tie them together with you. So I tied a few with the UV Cosmo Flash from Pike Monkey. It's quite a nice flash with a curly fiber in it, and it's a really simple pattern, but yeah, that's what we're going to tie now. So just a flash streamer on a small hook. This is the PR320, I think, Predator Stinger in size 4.0. So it's not that huge for pike hook, but sometimes I like to have also a few smaller flies in the box, and therefore I really prefer to have like some flash flies, because there's hardly any weight to the fly, and there's no fibers in it that really where the air is sticking to it, so they jig quite good, and sometimes I really like this behavior. So we just take a bunch like that. You can tie it in all different colors, so I tied them in silver blue and silver brown or silver copper it is, and also in black. And now we kind of tying a fire tiger, so we tie it with some fluo yellow as yeah, as the tail and belly color kind of, and then we go with some olive over the top, and then we do the gills out of fluo orange. So quite a bit of fluo colors in it as well. As I tied a few natural looking colors now, and this will be then the really bright color to get the aggressive bites triggered if they don't go for natural looking baits. However, you just tie it in like that. So this is maybe tied in, or let me guess, 3366, and I want to have it shorter here on this side, so if the fibers are shorter they get a bit, or they're not getting stiffer, but they behave stiffer, and this is really protecting the tail from tailing in, so that's really what you want to have. And then we just go with the threads a few reps forwards, and just reverse this with the fingers like that, and just tie it down. If you want, you can secure it with some super glue, but if you keep a constant pressure on the thread, it's not really necessary. So I just get that out of the way, and then we take a bit more of the same color. This time we are taking a bit smaller amount, so maybe you can see that it's a bit thinner, maybe half of it, and then we cut it like yeah, what is this, 70-30, 60-40, something like that. So we cut it in two different lengths like that, and both we taper. I'm just doing that on the table so you won't see it, but yeah, just taper it a bit so it doesn't look that straightly cut. And what I do then is I'll make a loop here, just with the thread, closer, you see, loop, get my dubbing twister. So dubbing twister is in, and then I grab my flash fibers which are lying on the table, and I tapered them like I have the long fibers, hope you can see that, the long fibers here where my thumb is, and the shorter ones up here in the front. And now I put it into the loop, and the longer fibers are now here at this side, and the shorter ones are here, and therefore I will get like a taper within my loop, and this just gives me a better kind of a gradient in the fly, a better transition from the tail to the head of the fly, as we have just the gradient from long to short fibers, and yeah, it just gives the fly better looking. I don't think it makes much difference of moving, but it definitely makes the fly look a little bit more professional. So just check if this is tight, and we can't pull it out, so that's fine. There are quite a few nice, you can see that these green fibers in the flesh material they're really flue active. Maybe you can see that if I go on top of it. So this is quite nice material, and then we just fold it back and just go forward with the flesh loop. Don't worry about trapping the fibers here, we just brush it out later. Just make sure that you stroke them back with your fingers so you're not winding on top of it. And it's a really simple fly to tie. It's just one material, and as you want, in 2 or 3 different colors, a hook and some eyes. So we go nearly all the way forward to the hook eye, and just secure the dubbing loop with some wraps, and then fold everything back again and just go a little bit back over the material again so it can't open up. And then you can just take your dubbing needle and just get the trapped fibers out of here. So now we get actually the shape of our body of the fly. And the good thing of making a loop here is that the fibers are kind of sticking up in a 90-degree angle from the hook shank, and that just gives our fly quite a bit of volume without using much material. So that's exactly what we want with it. That's why we tie these loops. If you have, you can also pre-make them with like a dubbing brush device, and then you can do that with a stainless steel wire that makes sure that your fly is a little bit more durable, even as here through the thread a pike could just cut with his teeth, but in usual it works out fine. Difference is if you do it with a steel wire, the brush, and then you have a lot of more weight to the fly here, and you got a bit more jiggy action. Sometimes quite nice, but always keep in mind that if you do brushes with some wire, you always add weight to the fly as well. So now we take some olive. It's also again UV Cosmo pike monkey flesh. Just tape it a bit, and we just lay it as a wing on top of the fly, all the way to the end of the fly, and then just secure it with a few thread wraps, like that. And now we take, for the gills, we take the Flue Orange, same material, also quite nice, active, Flue active. So we cut this, and now we have also again a really thin amount or small amount we took, and we cut it in thirds. And taper it. I'll just do it on the table so I'm not getting a big mess. And then it looks like that. And we just put that piece on the belly. So this will imitate gills, bleeding gills, something like that. And then just reverse everything with your fingers, or you can use a reverse tool as well. Makes it sometimes a bit easier. And then we just really easily catch the material with the thread on top, like we would do it when we tie EP streamer, and just make a knot in it, 2, and cut it. and secure the knot with some super glue, of course. Can use quite a good portion of it. It's running into the material, makes it really durable. And then the fly is kind of finished. You only need the eyes, of course. So for the eyes, I'm using Tear Mender, as it's it really depends on how I do the eyes. Sometimes on these flies I use these tie-in eyes. Here, these ones, which you can just tie in. But on the Fire Tiger I prefer to have some big eyes, and here I like to have them big and fluoro eyes, so I'm going with fluoro red eyes, just usual epoxy eyes. And if I do it with these eyes, then I always add a little bit of Tear Mender underneath, and this really soaks nice into the material, like that. Perfect. And grab my eyes, these ones, also from Pike Monkey, and with a little bit of E6000 underneath it, I will now stick them into the spot I made here, or created here, with the Tear Mender. It's a really good thing to take the eyes on a dubbing needle first, because then you can work way cleaner. So there's really that's really a time where dubbing needle really is quite efficient, and you can just move it into place and take an eye tool and just let it dry for a while. So like that, and when the eyes are dried, we take some Gulf Flexman and we start just getting a bit of it onto the lower section here. And just hit it with the torch. Same thing we do on the top side, on the back, just a few drops. It's quite thin, so it's actually running nicely into the material. There's no air trapped in the middle, so they will float up. So it just gives the head quite a nice and stable shape, and that really just makes the fly more durable. Pushes a little bit more water, and yeah, you don't have to do it, but I really like it a lot, and always would go with Flexman, as it stays, you can see that it stays soft a bit, so you can still push it, and when a pike then grabs the eye, it just doesn't break immediately, but it will just bend with the teeth of the pike. So that's the finished fly. Always flash flies do look a little bit weird, not that clean, but that's how they look like in the water. They get quite slim, and the flash is really nice, pulsing in the water with every strip stop. And because we have quite thin eyes here, we'll just go to the left and to the right. It's a little bit like a jerk fly, and I would guess that will catch quite a few pikes this winter. So enjoy tying. Thanks for watching.